Hello everyone! Welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic, the Ivo Robotnik playthrough. So, one of the ideas... I had multiple ideas regarding how I would handle this playthrough now that I'm off this planet. First of all, companion customizations. As you can see here, I decided to give Cleo a new look. Trying to resemble a certain machine. Not perfectly, I still need to get the red and white boots for her, but we can definitely do that in this part. So basically this is what I plan to do with most of the Imperial agent companions. So those companions that are key to the agent I will attempt to look like characters that are close to Eggman. And then when I reach Knights of the Fallen Empire, well, if I reach Knights of the Fallen Empire, because I plan to do all 8 class stories first, I plan, due to the fact that companions can come from each classes, what I might do, so 2 ideas have popped in my head now. First idea is get a wheel, come up with as many characters as I possibly can, starting off with, well, 5 for the first companion, and then just adding more, which is the amount of companions as I go along. The other idea, because I might do all 8 class stories first, is that I will look into I will give the companions the armor sets from the character that they have assisted. For example, say I'm on a different class, I make it to Knights of the Fallen Empire, and say I recruit Cleo. I would need to recreate Metal Sonic with her. And yes, I did pick Metal Sonic because, well, Metal Sonic is Eggman's first main machine. So it only made sense that it would be the first companion. Doesn't look completely like him because, well, I have to work with what I've got. But otherwise, I'd say that's pretty decent. I also picked up a few missions here. These are missions to pick up companions, like I got from the cartel market. Again, it's up to you what you do with that. The main one is this one, which is for an Ewok companion named Tweak. But of course we'll look into that later, because first, Cleo would like to talk with us. Now, she's gonna be without a helmet, but it gives you a good close look at the rest of the armor. So, just let me know how you think I did with what I had at my disposal.
Think the hottest smell is off my boots. Should have kicked in more faces while it lasted.
Oh god, he does not look right without his goggles!
You talk about violence very casually.
I'm a casual girl. You and me against the galaxy. Just sweat, blasters, and good times.
Follow my lead and don't get comfortable. You're not exactly intelligence material.
You want to tell me why not?
You're unsubtle and undisciplined. You'll get yourself killed if Keeper doesn't scrap you first.
20 credits says you're wrong. Let's go.
I have a feeling I'm gonna lose 20 credits. And that's just a free level up.
Rise and shine.
So yeah, let's just pick up other companions. Now, I am going to pick up as many companions as I can, but for the non-customizable ones, I think I'm mainly going to try and stick to the machine ones. Due to the fact that's basically how Robotnik operates, through machines. But yeah.
Identiscan complete. Approved for maximum discretion. All records of this meeting will be deleted. I am MQ-12, liaison to the Ministry of War's Mercenary Recruitment Division. I find appropriate employment for talented freelance soldiers serving the Empire. Would you be interested in acquiring a combatant who achieved a perfect score on the Mechas Aggression Index?
The problem with soldiers for hire is that they're always open to better offers.
As you say, but this particular individual demonstrates remarkable commitment to honoring its contracts. The Science Bureau has classified this mercenary as a hopelessly primitive creature from an undeveloped Outer Rim system, but judged it as useful nonetheless. It has previously served Imperial interests on Nar Shaddaa, and displayed noteworthy commitment to our cause by eliminating a dozen resistance groups on Balmorra.
Either this mercenary is good, or Balmorra's resistance fighters are inept. Which is it?
Perhaps both. As you will see, the individual's physical qualities can camouflage its intentions. Judge for yourself. It understands our language well enough, and will respond in its own crude fashion. The subject calls itself Treek.
Non pitasiti sanivare papaporini ati tamina abula para koi kapgatese baharatata.
A deadly assassin disguised as a household pet. No wonder you've managed to kill so many.
No marachaka mubade miete kubaje jabakaka reseta mamoto pasandro karocho. Ano jovicho ajo pania Maria yoda rokana kara reyam checheim avadu kamya karechi.
Welcome to my crew, Treek. Your contract with me begins immediately. Ready?
Kubaji jajabo. Amisoro bagavindija papukoja karani kete abdose oyachi. Parikrama rada kavakulaya. Oh, bandaleloso isiatamini alinini.
I'm glad you found this transaction worth your time. The Ministry of War thanks you. Good day.
Now, the main reason I was a bit more kind to Treek than I was with Khalil is mainly because that's how I think Robotnik would act. Well, I wouldn't say be kind to Treek, but he would see her usefulness. But anyway, let's go on and pick up the next few companions. One from the droid technician. There we go. We got given the ISO 5R droid. So yeah, it's good. Now moving on to the Beastmaster.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Now we gotta speak to the Beastmaster again, but I'm gonna spacebar that because we've already seen that cutscene.
There's no...
Because it's just exactly the same, but only we get a new beast from it. But of course, for main story bits, I'll bring Coleo back out. So our next job is to head to Dromand Kass. But while I'm on the fleet, I can just show off one thing quickly, which I can actually start right now, I believe. So if I was to say, oh, it's not on this side. Oh, there it is. So you see this glowing carbonite thing here. So I'm gonna click on that. Oh, I'm not eligible for it. Never mind, I thought I was. I think it's because I have a lack of a ship right now. But basically what that would do, it would trigger a cutscene introducing us to the weekly event story today. Well, the weekly event story. If you want to see it, just leave a comment below and I'll log on to one of my higher level characters so we can look into that story. But basically, it's for the Bounty Brokers Association. I just need to find my conquest. Here we go. Like, it's known as Death Marks, but for this we would have to complete missions which will earn us reputation for the Bounty Brokers Association. Basically, go around the galaxy, completing bounties, you know the gist. Basically for bounty hunters. And now as you can see here that there is these things known as flashpoints. This one is for the Black Talon, but as I said, well, I'm not sure if I remember saying this, but I'm gonna be role-playing as Dr. Eggman throughout the scenario. Well, I won't be like role-playing, I'll be doing what would Eggman do in this scenario. And I know the Black Talon's story, and I don't think he would do it. As I said, he doesn't have enough respect for imperial authorities because he wants to build his own empire, but the empire is what he'll have to work with. It does involve the key things which I would need for Robotnik, and that is hunting down ancient artifacts or ancient machine artifacts, having a factory full of deadly machines to construct from, and taking down resistance groups. But the Black Talon story doesn't have that. It's just like hunting down a defector. Something Eggman will just shrug and be like, not my problem. But yeah. So we're going to be heading straight to Dromand Kass for this playthrough. Don't get me wrong, if I get a character that does fit the whole Flashpoint scenario, I would show it off. But right now, I don't think Eggman would fit that scenario. Much like how I know he won't fit the Purple Triangle mission for Dromand Kass. Because that mission requires us to go undercover into a well, I'm gonna say how the Imperials phrase it, a cult dedicated to Darth Revan. Don't worry, we will be seeing Revan throughout in this playthrough. We just won't be doing this planetary mission because it does not fit Eggman as a character. But anyway, let's click on this panel.
Surprises me how clean you people keep your spaceports. If this were Hutta, I'd be scraping alien gunk off my boots. Of course, if this were Hutta, I couldn't be thrown into prison for spitting the wrong way. So come on, Agent. You're going to welcome me here to the Imperial homeworld?
Keep moving, we're not here to waste time.
If I'm going to do your people's dirty work, I need to learn to appreciate your world. Anyway, let's head down to the city. Keeper wanted us to see the Citadel. I'm guessing it won't be hard to find.
Make sure you behave yourself.
Don't worry about me, Agent. My charm got me here. Now let's go meet your bosses.
Yeah, trying to keep Metal Sonic on it. Well, Metal Coolio on a short leash. But yeah, we gotta keep going. We gotta head to the Citadel, meet the bosses. Hopefully there's stuff, well, hopefully we gain a decent amount of levels, at least enough to do Balmora. But don't worry, I have this whole thing planned.
Ready for departure.
So we're just gonna head straight
Enjoy
to
your
the
stay.
headquarters. But yeah, Eggman's a scientist, a conqueror, and a bit of an archaeologist from time to time. So I want to try and give that experience. I don't know every mission in this game, but I do know all the purple ones, which are the key ones, really. I know I'm like missing out on a big chunk of story, but this isn't like a typical Old Republic story. This is the story of Ivo Robotnik in the Old Republic universe. So I do apologize for all those that literally go in the comment section and say, you missed this part of the story. This is a important part of the story. Don't worry. I do have a plan of how I do this playthrough, and that is just to act as the character would act in this scenario. So like when the NPCs are like, excuse me, would you like to help hunt down a defector? I'm like, no time for that. Or, would you like to help us unearth an ancient weapon? Ooh, ancient weapon. I do like that. But yeah, that's basically the gist of things. Those of you who are veterans in the game know what I'm talking about. But for those of you that are just, well, if I've introduced you to the game, I'll leave it as a bit of a surprise. But yeah, right now, I just don't think, like, certain missions would fit the character that I'm currently playing as. Well, not playing as, that was
This is not your domain, Keeper. It is mine. It has always been mine.
Of course, my lord.
All you have built here, all you hope to control, it falls apart as easily as a human life. An hour ago, The Minister of Intelligence dropped to his knees and wept before me. You would do so too, if not for fear of being humiliated.
Your dissatisfaction is clear, my lord. It will be remedied. Now I'm asking you humbly to leave. These people are suffering in your presence.
I will leave my domain at the moment of my choosing, Keeper. You, Agent, you were the one sent to Hutter. Is that correct?
Why do I feel like I'm about to die?
Your body reacts to the power of the Force. The dark side twists you, taints you. I am Darth Jadus. You served me well in your dealings with Nemro. You will serve me well again.
I serve Imperial intelligence, not the Sith.
All the Empire serves the Sith. Even your handler has learned this. Keeper, you will use this one. He will complete the assignment as I have instructed.
He's quite capable, my lord, but he lacks experience. A more seasoned agent?
I have made my decision. I wish the situation resolved before I leave Dromand Kass. See to it that my will is done.
Very well. I'll make arrangements. Congratulations, Agent. You've made a friend on the Dark Council. I don't envy you.
Believe me, sir, it wasn't by choice.
I imagine not, but there's nothing to be done about it now. I want you outfitted and ready to leave as soon as possible. Grab your equipment from the lockers and meet me in my office. Once we're through with your debriefing, we'll discuss your next mission.
Hey. But anyway, as I was saying, I made this character based off Dr. Ivo Robotnik from the Sonic franchise, so yeah. I would be acting as he would throughout the story. So I know exactly what missions he would do, and what I know exactly what planetary missions he would do, and potentially what flashpoints he would do. Again, story-wise. That doesn't mean there'll be a lack of flashpoints. There are still, like, the forced flashpoints that I would probably need to do. But yeah, other than that, I've rambled on, so let's just get into the locker and meet with Keeper.
Come in, Agent. Let's talk. Kaleo, wait outside, please. One of the watchers will handle your debriefing.
We need to talk about my terms.
I promise you you'll be well compensated. You can discuss the details with the watcher.
If you say so. You two have a good time.
So, I've been reviewing the report of your activities on Hutter. You were busier than I'd expected.
I got the job done. If that's a problem, you should change your expectations.
Maybe I should. You were extremely effective in your mission, and I'm impressed by your efficiency. You used violence as a tool and not a crutch. Not many agents find that balance so easily. So I wonder, why did you join Imperial Intelligence?
I had my reasons. If you need details, I'm sure there's something in my dossier.
I had reasons too. It took me years to reconcile them with reality. Don't let the same thing happen to you. This isn't glamorous work. We're sanitation workers. We clean up after the military and the Sith and do the jobs no one else will. Without us, though, the Empire falls apart. So we do whatever is necessary, even if it's thankless and ugly. You understand?
With respect, that's your view, not mine.
Think about it, Agent. For your own good. Now, as to your next assignment. One of the mandates of our organization is to eliminate dissidents and terrorists within the Empire. We've located one cell of radicals here in the capital working toward the violent overthrow of our government. We must know precisely what these terrorists plan.
Do we know anything more about them? Their goals?
Very little. They're unsatisfied with Imperial policies, but they're not anarchists or Republic stooges, at least so far as we know. We've intercepted chatter suggesting the radicals are planning a major attack soon, but we've only identified a handful of cell members. You will investigate the cell and obtain its plans. You'll have 2 operatives assisting you and full support from the Citadel.
I prefer working alone, and I don't need someone to hold my hand.
Perhaps, but it's not your choice to make. Watcher 2, please come to my office. Bring Cleodanis with you.
Watcher 2, huh? That's a pretty name. Is it Twi'lek?
It's basic. Unlike many civilizations, the Empire teaches its children how to count. Watcher 2 reporting, sir.
Cleo will be your aide in the field. She'll report to you and take your orders, since you seem able to handle her.
I'm making you look good, Agent. You should be grateful.
Meanwhile, Watcher 2 will be your liaison to base. She'll stay in contact remotely and provide you with mission details.
I monitored the operation on Hutter. Very impressive. I look forward to working with you.
Let's just be clear, I don't like being micromanaged.
I'm the product of 6 generations of selective breeding. I can plot hyperspace routes in my head. I'm not some bureaucratic impediment.
If you're done, could you sum up the present situation?
Our primary lead on the radicals is at the site of a slave rebellion beyond Kass City. You've been outfitted with all necessary equipment already. Once you're in the field, signal me via holocommunicator and I'll brief you in full.
If we're going to get the job done, it's time we got moving.
Agreed.
Remember, you're not undercover. Identify yourself as an intelligence officer if you need to, and use the fear that it creates. You're on Imperial soil now, Agent. Welcome home.
Oh dear. Seems like we got some people all watching over us. Speaking of which, we got a bonus mission to talk to some people. So let's start off with Watcher 2.
Agent, I'm pleased to see you, of course. But I thought you'd be busy with the mission, just as well, I suppose. I'm still plotting the details. So, what can I do for you?
I'm ready to get going. Brief me on what I need to know.
I told you. I'll send you the details once you're on site. I promise I'm not trying to make your life difficult. This is procedure.
Are you always so difficult?
Look, I could give you the whole speech about how I'm smarter than you and more experienced than you, but I won't. We're going to have to work together as equals. I'll try to remember that if you will, all right?
You do your part and I'll do mine. That'll have to suffice.
Fair enough. For now, I need to get back to work. You know your mission, so I'll talk to you soon.
No, she thinks she's smarter than the great Dr. Eggman. Doesn't you know I have an I? He has an IQ over 300. Sorry, I keep saying I sometimes. Anyway, we gotta talk to Lodef Kesha.
Jukaki mem panino. Am kabina bek mem
Oh,
no
yeah,
kingam.
like
Umnuk ino mem no. Am kakam mem perolak palak.
You're the only alien I've seen in Imperial intelligence.
Laboram amga. Mamni nikag. Nagnaya mamni kamgam.
You must have licked so many boots to get where you are today.
Jukaki mem panino. Am kabina bek mem no kimgam. Raka kalam kala. Ninyak oramagyang megik.
You're a credit to your species.
Nam jayawana wam peruma memua pemguana. Kumia yang mem gamba paka.
I mean, Robotnik is open-minded. He has worked with Mobians who act against Sonic and his friends from time to time, so it only makes sense he has some open-mindedness.
You're the new blood? We'll see if you work out. I used to be a field operative, same as you. Now I'm a fixer. I keep this place running.
It's not the most glamorous work, but someone needs to do it.
We all find ways of serving the Empire. Of course, not everyone understands what service is really about. People here will tell you that the Sith interfere with our work, keep us always fighting with the Minister of Intelligence, that sort of thing. Maybe they're right, but it doesn't matter. Our job's to obey orders. Our job's to deal with the enemy.
You're absolutely right.
Then you can consider me a friend. Imperial intelligence needs more agents like you. I need to get back to duty. But remember our talk. You have potential.
You're awfully arrogant for a glorified mechanic.
I've got experience. More than you've got.
They all think they're all high and mighty. Alright, the last person we gotta speak to, Watcher 3.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't expect you to come over. You're the field agent from Hutter, right? I'm Watcher 3.
How'd you end up working with Imperial intelligence?
They recruited me. I used to work under the Ministry of Logistics, managing Holonet security. Intelligence wasn't exactly my dream job, but I wasn't going to turn Keeper down. Surprised I even got a Watcher designation. If I can manage it, I'm sure you'll get a title soon.
No one's ever explained how the designations work.
Keeper assigns the categories. Watchers analyze data, monitor targets. Minders handle internal security. Ciphers are infiltrators. You get the idea. The number is just to identify individuals. It's not a rank, really. Of course, there's only one Keeper. Anyway, I should get back to work. I'm on surveillance duty and I don't want to miss anything.
Right, good luck with that.
Of course. I won't keep you.
Right. So meeting the crew. They all think they're better than the great Dr. Ivo Robotnik. He'll show them all. Anyway, we gotta head to the Imperial slave camp because there's a revolt going on for understandable reasons.
Ready for departure.
But of course, we're the bad guys on this playthrough, so... Oh dear, I may have
Enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay.
And we fly. Don't worry, we'll be back in the, we'll be back in this vehicle soon. Do apologize if there's any, like, lagging going on. There we go. Now to hop in the mobile. Oh, he's floating. Here we go. Now we just need to drive all the way to the unfinished Colossus. So that should be fun. Hopefully, Watcher 2 will finally tell us our mission. Ow, my eggmobile! He hit me 3 times!
Getting good.
There we go. If only Eggman had this if only Eggman had this arsenal when he every time he got defeated by that pesky blue rodent. Here we go. So it's just a matter of turning around right here. Tempting, but no. I'm sticking to the purples. Actually, no, this does fit. This area, the missions in this area do fit in with what Eggman is. Well, he takes down resistance groups as well, so... As I said, I'm mainly going to try and stick to missions that involve taking down resistance groups. And the slave area is... the slave revolt is basically a resistance.
Exactly as reported. A Degree 6 revolt, population equivalent to the Duros uprising on Zilior. Subjects occupy a moderate radius of jungle. Good. Good. I recognize you from my dealings with Imperial intelligence. I am Lord Drow. When the Empire encounters resistance on its conquered worlds, they call me. I'm here to end the slave uprising on Dromand Kass.
I wasn't aware there was a slave revolt going on.
Very soon there won't be. You can assist me in ending it. The situation is this. A Sith Lord was constructing a colossal statue of himself in the jungle. His slaves revolted and armed themselves. The Colossus remains unfinished, and well-armed slaves now control the jungle. An embarrassment for the Empire, but an opportunity for me.
Sounds like the perfect opportunity to thin the slave population.
Slave deaths will be a byproduct of my plan, but not the focus. I'm testing a toxic weapon, a poison called Quell. Its victims experience a prolonged state of agonizing pain before finally dying. The victims' allies are so horrified by Quell's effects, they lose their wills to resist. At least that's what I intend to prove.
It sounds very noble.
Yes. Cowing the masses is a complex art. It requires a great deal of fine-tuning. I need someone to introduce a controlled amount of Quell into the slaves' water supply, so that I can determine the proper dosage. The work is dangerous, there will be armed slaves everywhere, but your success will be well rewarded. What do you say?
I'm at home dealing death from the shadows.
Indeed. The most effective agents of the Empire are the ones who work behind the scenes. My assistant, Sergeant Slerin, will recommend the correct dosage of Quell and give you a supply. See him at the research tent.
So yeah, this would make a good test of basically what I plan to do with Eggman as a character, and this would make a good alternative to the planetary mission, which we won't be doing.
If I know Lord Drow's tastes, which unfortunately I do, he sent you for the Quell toxin.
Let's get this over with.
Impatient? Of course you are. My superior certainly knows how to choose his assistants. What if I told you this experiment is pointless? That past studies have shown increased suffering has no impact on the speed of surrender. This has nothing to do with accelerating the end of a rebellion. Lord Drow simply takes perverse thrill in gratuitous suffering.
I don't see the problem.
It's a matter of efficiency. There's no good reason why our mission here must be prolonged. I want this assignment over with. The faster this rebellion ends, the faster I'll be reassigned to more important work. Serving Lord Drow's bloodlust has stunted my career. If not for his inefficiency, I'd be a captain by now.
You think a lot of yourself.
I know my potential, just as I know who's holding me back from achieving it. Lord Drow's dosage of Quell toxin will have slaves writhing in agony for pointless weeks, during which this area will remain volatile. I've prepared a dose that will kill the slaves efficiently, which is better for the Empire and for me. Will you deliver my dosage instead?
I want these renegade slaves to pay for disobeying the Empire.
You're not merely prolonging the slaves' agony, but my own as well. Committed to your work, aren't you? Very well. Take the quell toxin and inject it into the slave camp's water filtration systems. See Lord Drow for your payment when you're done.
Here we go. We gotta make these resistance fighters learn not to mess with the good old doctor. But yeah, I think this might work as a good test to my plan I have to pick two missions that I believe would fit the character. And I'd say this is more right up his alley. At least the missions at the Unfinished Colossus are. Maybe at the Dark Temple too. I'll think about that, because I think in this part we're just focusing on the Unfinished Colossus. There's another thing right here to blow up. And more guys to take down for the bonus. Gotta always think about the bonus. Especially if you're doing things in my position. See, we've hit level 10. Not level 10, level 12. Why was I thinking level 10? We hit level 10 ages ago. Here we go. And that's all the water tanks done. Gonna keep taking down the slave rebels. Where's the next thing? It's over there. Oh, I can't do that while I'm fighting. So take these guys down. There we go. Still got 2 more to go, and I think I'm not sure how many slaves we've got left to take down. Okay, 3 more. And then the bonus mission is done. There we go. That's down to 2. There's all these guys here, so that would definitely give me the last 2 I need. There we go. And we just need 1 more filter. Oh dear. So yeah, once I have the ship, I might be doing a lot more off-screen leveling, just to make sure we're not like under-leveled on any planet. But I won't progress to any future planet until I'm good. Well, until the next part. So basically, when I get my ship, we will not go to the first planet within the story, and, well, I won't do that. I won't go to that planet during any grinding sessions. It will only apply to be done once I've done the planet. So, for example, I can go back to Hudda and continue and go to Dromand Kass to grind heroics to get some good gear, some levels, and that type of stuff. Right now, this is just like in my head right now. It's something I'm considering. But it's nothing you have to worry about because it will happen off screen. But anyway, we've got a holocom.
Watcher 2 here. I'm receiving your signal. Mapping your location now. Glad you made it through the jungle safely, Agent. Ready to work?
Anything that gets me away from the trees. Had my fill of nature walks on Hutta.
I saw the satellite surveillance footage, but don't worry, our flora doesn't feed on chemical runoff. You may have noticed the chaos out there. There's a slave rebellion going on, and you're heading into the middle of it. Our analyst charged with monitoring the rebellion is with me. His name is Lodenth Kashar. He can fill you in on the details.
How did the rebellion start? What's really going on?
Imperial intelligence is leaving concerns about the rebellion itself to the military. You're here for a specific slave, an alien named Jurithus.
I can extract him. What's his story?
Jurithus was once owned by an anti-government radical who used slaves to carry messages to like-minded dissidents.
Have we questioned the slave's former master?
He's gone. Dead at the hands of an over-enthusiastic agent. That's why Minder 4 is no longer with us.
One way or another, I'll make sure he talks.
And that's why it's useful to have an alien on staff. In any case, good luck.
I'll get Jurithus's messages.
You should find your targets inside the camp. Take a slave down, apply the serum, and locate Jurithus. This is the only way we can learn what the radicals are planning. Time's running out, Agent.
Okay, that's the one thing I can agree with Watcher 2 with. But anyway, let's just get my inventory empty quickly. Then we'll pick up these two missions that pop up here. I'll show off, like, the one heroic there because it does fit in with the whole taking down the slave revolt storyline.
Be well.
But otherwise, let's start with talking to Ensign Corin.
Look at them out there, they're like animals. Hundreds of slaves with no one to command them and without a thought in their minds as to what to do with their freedom. Like I said, the slaves are animals. But we've noticed strange behavior in the pack, and my superiors want to know more. Some of the slaves are killing each other. We don't know if they're mad or hungry, desperate, or if there's a faction of slaves who've turned on the rest.
I can see how a slave civil war would prove useful.
Exactly what the higher-ups are saying. That the killers could potentially be manipulated. We know that the killings are ritualistic. The murderous slaves come in the night, stab their foes, and paint themselves in blood. If you could investigate, catch them in the act and take them down. Maybe you could find a clue to their motives.
I'll be back once I learn anything.
Look for any slave who's turned on his peers. With luck, he'll lead us to answers.
Okay. And now we're just gonna talk to this guy quickly.
Hey, Imperial. How's it going? Seeing as how you're already killing slaves and causing a fuss, how'd you like to make a pile of credits?
I can spare a minute.
So Darth Valron is on the Dark Council, and his apprentice Lord Ket wants to advance, so he starts building a giant statue to his master. But Lord Ket doesn't want his master to know, so he brings in slaves from off-world. Slaves rebel, and we get this mess.
Buy cheap slaves and get a rebellion. Everyone knows that.
Here's where it gets complicated. Lord Ket wants to save face, but secretly. He calls in me and my mercs. By the time we get here, the slaves have captured some giant industrial drills, and they're getting ready to bring down the whole giant statue. Our best team goes in with explosives to blow up the drills. Slaves kill every last one. Got a pile of credits for anyone who grabs those explosives, hooks them to a giant drill, then fights off slaves until the explosives detonate.
And that is the first, well, that is the heroic mission for this area right here. Basically, I thought maybe do a heroic at least once to at least show it off. And if you want to get down to the objective area quickly, this is a perfect shortcut. Hopefully, I don't end up in the abyss of death. I'm in the abyss of death. Oh, no, 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 I live. Oh, right next to some people, too. Hey, Khalil, you think you can heal me quick? No? Okay, I guess I'll have to do this. Don't know how the rocket is can carry him, but we're all good. Now, I believe there's a bonus mission tied to this. I'm not sure. I'm gonna double check. Now, these are literally hard missions. You can solo them. There is a bonus mission, just not tied to this one. But yeah, these missions are basically hard mode missions. However, they do give you... Sometimes they do give you better gear. Well, at my level, they'll give you better gear, but once you reach over level 60, they won't reward you gear anymore. They'll award you these things known as alliance crates, which are basically loot boxes. Well, they're free loot boxes. But what they'll do is that they will help you get the, if I look in my collection, the remnant sets of armor. So, for example, I've already collected a few of these armors, specifically 4, but, oh no, 5. So I got the Remnant Arkham Bounty Hunter armor, the Remnant Arkham Troopers armor, the Remnant Arkham Warriors armor, the Remnant Dreadguard Inquisitors armor, and the Remnant Dreadguard Warriors armor. But yeah, these are what Alliance crates can reward you, and basically I found a bit of a pattern regarding it. So if you want to get the set specifically for the Sith Inquisitor and the Imperial Agent, you want the science. No, you want the science crates, and you would hand them into your science specialist in the Alliance. I won't give away who they are, because they are important. They are actually important characters. But all I'll tell you is what their specialty is. So you would give the science crates to the science specialist, and they would reward you with outfits tailored to the Sith Inquisitor or the Imperial, or the Imperial agent. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go into these chips, these Emperor's coin card chips later, but right now I'm continuing with the story a bit. So, yeah, you want to hand in the science crates to the science specialist, who will give you agent armor or Inquisitor armor. Then there's the military specialist. What they'll do is that they will give you trooper armor and Sith warrior armor. The Force Enclave specialist, which will take artifacts, their crates will reward you with, if I can remember correctly, Jedi Knight and Jedi Consular armor sets. And the Underworld armor sets do actually live up to their name of being based in the Underworld, will reward you with armor sets for the Smuggler or the Bounty Hunter. So that's basically what Alliance crates do. And if you have enough luck, you can complete the collection of, well, you can complete a whole set of Remnant armor. And if there's any more constellations for you, those armor sets only cost 10 cartel coins for you to access them on your whole account. So yeah, if you're a free-to-play player, while I'm fighting this boss, I'm gonna go here for you. You can get some cartel coins for free. Okay. I'm very much wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. Only subscribers can secure cartel points from the Galactic Season Pass. But if you do want free cartel coins, just attach a security key to your account. That's another way to get free cartel coins. Just attach your security key to your account, and you would get at least you will get 100 cartel coins a month. Subscribing gives you a lot more, but again, that's completely up to you. I need to stop accidentally pressing enter when I'm in a fight.
You and me, we're getting good.
So yeah, little tips and tricks there. Learn it all from a YouTuber known as Swtor Themed. Very good guide if you wanna... Well, if you're just getting into the Old Republic.
That was a fantastic show. That drill just lit up the night. Here's the credits, as promised.
But yeah, it was mainly her guides I've been using to help me get used to the game's mechanics and that. Honestly, utilizing guides is the best. Utilizing it doesn't give me like a full guide on what to do. Because with the Old Republic, you can play your own way. For example, like I said with the Robotnik playthrough, I'll be playing through as if I was Dr. Robotnik. So I wouldn't be doing it. Okay, yeah, hello. Hello, Sith Lords. How you doing? Okay, as I was saying before the Sith showed up. Yeah, it's just if I don't provide good advice on what to do, I suggest looking up a YouTuber known as Swtor Themed. I consider her the best guide when it comes to learning the ropes of the Old Republic. Hell, I wouldn't have been good at gearing if it weren't for her. But obviously I've mainly got Force users at that stage now where I can just work on that. The only other thing I can probably do is use that user and then okay, yeah, this is thoughts I shouldn't be putting into the video. That's more of a like when I'm not on screen type thing. Because I am doing another separate playthrough off screen of all 8 classes, testing out another scenario I had in mind. And that was assigning planets to a specific character. I might show that off one day, but right now this is the Being playthrough, and I'll only be playing through as if I was that character. But anyway, let's open these flames, because they might be worth it.
You're not the initiate, but you're strong to have killed so many. You honor us. Welcome to our prison.
What sort of a freak of a slave are you?
I am Traga Unvol, leader of the Unchained. I am master of my hatred. When the other slaves broke free, I laughed. Like you, I knew their escape was a delusion, for only Sith possess true freedom.
Care to explain that?
I know the Sith code. Freedom comes through power, through victory. I saw a chance to prove myself. I culled weak from strong. I began to kill and to teach. I showed slaves freedom through bloodshed. Now my followers and I are the masters here. And soon, we will become Sith ourselves.
Murdering your fellow slaves doesn't make you Sith.
We are hateful. We are powerful. We are free. In this way, we are already Sith. Now you can spread word of us to the Empire. Your strength is great. With your approval, we shall serve. Carry our message of allegiance to your masters, and we will become the new face of the Empire. We will be champions of the dark side.
I'd say they would be useful for when he takes over the Empire.
The Empire will hear your message.
As it should be. Take this datapad, my plea to the Sith Lords. For now, I am not ready to leave the Colossus. With every kill, I feel my power grow, and there are many slaves who may yet join me. But soon, we will all be ready. We will await word from the Empire.
All right. In the meantime, use discretion. You don't need to draw more attention to yourself.
Farewell for now. We return to the shadows.
Useful indeed. But anyway, we got a main mission to get to. People left people alive. Can't allow that. The one guy turned into a ghost. Ooh, very spooky. Anyway, we have to head this way into that building. In we go. And environmental weapons like these will help us deal with enemies a lot quicker. Let's just take them all out. That way I get like the maximum amount of enemy XP I can get in this area. Ta-da! Now we're just gonna speak to this guy. Oh well, not speak. Beat him up. There we go.
I'm running. Chest hurts. Something's in my head. Rain's coming down. Everything's sinking into the ground.
Potent stuff. Haven't seen anyone zoned out like that since Nar Shaddaa.
I think I know you, but I don't remember anything. I don't know what you want. Everything hurts.
Tell me where Jarithus is, or I'll hurt you more.
Jarithus is gone. Day is gone now. It all goes so slowly. Jarithus burns and starts to look like our Colossus. Incomplete. Jarithus died fighting in the jungle. I don't remember why we were fighting. Jarithus died, I know that.
Do you know where he kept his belongings?
He kept his old life with him. Strange life, strange data pads. He thought they were valuable. Jarithus died with Safin and Ranith and Avoira. All aliens, all friends, all fighting beside the foot of the statue. Jarithus is still there, if the beasts haven't eaten him.
You better hope he has what I want.
What should I think about now? I don't know what to do with my head. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Don't worry. You don't have to think anymore.
I don't have to think. Thank you.
Cripes. Don't even think he felt it.
Nah, I don't think he felt it either. Anyway, we're gonna find Jarithus' body now. Which isn't really that far. And we're nearly done with the unfinished Colossus area. See? There he is. Of course, we got a slave captain right there. Let's just see what he's got. let's just get to a safe spot. Now I think this would bring up the holo communicator.
Laporam amka, mamni nikad. Nagnaya mamni kamgam. Naya nam ramkam. Kala amka mani mani. Libikbak.
Hurry up, will you?
Kalam nebua. Nemgam gam ginia kekuan. Amner na hanak.
You have any idea what he wants?
Bomo kala apayan. Nilama ini angka amgap.
Agent, you're to suspend all field operations immediately. You're needed elsewhere.
This had better be important.
That's not for you to judge. Darth Jadis wants to speak with you. You will proceed to his chambers for an audience. You've met Darth Jadis, experienced his power. I suggest you treat him with respect and do as he asks.
I'm looking forward to chatting with a member of the Dark Council.
Of course. You will resume operations when this is finished, Agent. Keep her out.
Well, that didn't sound so good. Still, powerful men are the same across the galaxy. I'll bet your life that whatever else Jadis is, he's a powerful man too.
Yes. Powerful indeed. But of course, we just need to hand in these 2 side quests that we picked up. And I think that would probably be it for Dromand Kass, unless like there's any other missions in there that would fit Eggman as a person. Like, I'm personally debating the Dromand Kass planetary mission. I can see it fitting him, trying to get like more pawns on his side, but I don't think it would suit him because of the scenario.
If they had any brass, they wouldn't have waited till the statue was half built to start shooting. They deserve what they get.
But anyway, let's just hand in these quests.
It's good to see you back. I knew those slaves couldn't hold their own against you. I take it you managed to track down one of the murderers. What's their story? Can we use them?
Here, your answer is on this data pad.
This is madness. They're serious. Slaves who think they can become Sith.
I'm just relaying the information.
I understand. Of course. Of course you're right. I'll inform Command. I'm not actually authorized to speak with Sith Lords on the blockade. But I'll make sure they know too. It's been an honor working with you. I hope we meet again.
There we go. So that's that one done with some extra XP. We just need to speak to Lord Drow. And then that's where I think I'll call it. So yeah, I'd just like to say I hope you actually enjoyed my VR chat video yesterday. I know it was long and I can probably see why you would skim over some parts. Like, if I could get access to like a proper editing software that doesn't crash every 5 seconds, I would try and get into editing a lot more. But otherwise, I will try to make sure that maybe the in-between parts are a bit more entertaining. and not like attempting to try and drag things out as long as possible. But yeah, I am looking into it, don't worry. But anyway, let's speak to Lord Drow.
You delivered the exact results I hoped for. Quell is like an imbibed torture device infesting those rebel slaves. It's exhilarating to see the effects on the survivors who can only stand by and watch helplessly.
I'm glad you're so excited.
Quell toxin will be a great asset to the Empire. Uprisings will end painfully and decisively. You've earned your reward, my friend. Now go. I have horror and despair to observe and chronicle.
Oh. Oh, all for being in character. Oh, and speaking of which, we finally got a dark side alignment gain, so... Wait, when did I get 100 left? So, I'm trying to remember when I got 100 light. Oh, it was probably when I spared that one guy on Hutter. But anyway, let's fast travel back to... Well, let's head to the Sith Sanctum. Fast travel to the Sith Sanctum. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna call it. So I hope you enjoyed this part of Star Wars The Old Republic, the Eggman edition. I hope you... I keep slipping back. Be sure to leave a like and, if you can, comment on maybe whether you want a... So just comment any suggestions you'd want me to do throughout the playthrough. Like, for example, if you want me to make... So, okay, idea 3 for companions. So, obviously you know that one of the ideas is to make them characters close to Eggman. Another idea I just popped in my head. Like, if you have a character you definitely want to see at least portrayed in the Old Republic, just be sure to leave a comment on who you want as that specific character, well, which character you want, and out of all the customizable companions that I have, except Khalil, because obviously Eggman needs Metal Sonic by his side. So, regarding customizable companions, your only option is Shay. That's basically it. You've only got Shay. But when I get a new companion, just leave a comment about which character. Actually, better yet, don't tell me which character you want. Just tell me that. Don't tell me which companion you want the character linked with. Just tell me the character you want. I'll put it in a wheel every time I get a new companion. And next episode, if I have like somewhat decent amount of characters to pull from, I'll start the episode by spinning the wheel to decide the character that Shay will represent. So anyway, I've rambled on. I want you all to have a lovely day, afternoon and evening, wherever you may be in the world. And I shall see you all later.